Hey, I'm Jotham. Let's look at some houses. It's time for the fun step. Looking at houses online and then in person until we find the best house for you and your family. Talking about this step will take about 10 minutes, or you can look down below for the micro steps and you can watch multiple videos at your own pace. A lot of people try to start at this step, running out and looking at a house. But those that actually succeed go through the steps that we have together, preparing mentally and financially to buy, and then planning the details of your house so that we know we're looking at the right ones. Now you're there. Let's go find it. So based on the criteria you already gave to me in the last step, I'm going to email you a lot of houses, every one on the market that fits the criteria that matter to you. The internet is for looking at a lot of houses. That's why we cast a wide net. Have fun. Looking at pictures of houses is fun, but the best part is it's real. One of these houses is going to be your house. If you have a question about one, ask and I'll get you the answer. Any house that you like, reply back with the address and I'll reserve that for our upcoming tour. This is the time to get real about what's actually available on the market. If you want that 6-bedroom house in the most popular part of town for under $200,000, well, it's time to discover if it really exists. Looking through the pictures of the live market, you're going to be able to start to feel a change in you of what you actually want, what that actually costs, and where that house actually is. So explore the market online and then tell me a day to go out. Okay? Let's look at a day that everybody who's a part of the decision can actually go out together and find your house. So day, evening, weekend, doesn't matter. I'm available for you when everyone else is. Okay? This is a fun time. Even more fun than looking online is looking in person at houses. And sometimes it's just exploratory. But we still want to go prepared to buy so that if that perfect house shows up, well, then we can actually make an offer before another buyer gets your house. And this is where some of your biggest life events could happen, whether that's your child's first step or where you want to spend the rest of your golden years. This is a big deal, treat it as an event. I certainly do, because it's a privilege to be a part of helping people find the house where so many of those big life events will take place. And that's why we go out prepared to succeed. We don't want to fall in love with a house that then it turns out we're not actually able to get, and that's why we've prepared in advance. Now, scheduling this day to go out is also what we're avoiding is, hey, I like one house and I'm ready to go right now. When I'm working with a client and that's what it takes, when it's highly competitive and the houses that they want only last one day on the market, well, that's what we do. But especially for the first tour, we want to schedule a day in advance, and here's what we do, all right, is you pick 6. The day before our tour, you send me your top 6 or somewhere in there, right? More than one, less than 10. I've emailed you a lot of houses. Tell me the ones that you want to see. I will schedule and map it out and book appointments at each of those houses. Right? Some are vacant, and that's easy to show, but some have people still living there. So we need to schedule an appointment so that we can show up and them not be there. Of the ones that you like, a few might already just have sold, or the seller might not be showing that day for whatever reason. But when I get them all mapped out for an efficient route for us to go from one to the other and get a confirmed appointment at each house, then I'll tell you the first address to meet at, and away we go. Now it's time to see inside. This is where the rubber meets the road. When we walk in, you're either going to say this is your dream home, or it's a no-go and we're on to the next one. You're about to find out that the photos, just like people do with photos of themselves, the photos that you see online generally show you all the good things, and they don't show you the bad things. So you might walk in and say, oh, well, this room sure looked a lot bigger online. Or they didn't take a picture of that driveway, which I had no idea would be so steep. So as we're arriving to the house, take in, absorb the feel of the neighborhood. Is this where you want to live? Think about the drive that you just took. Can you take that drive every day? Right? Think about the kitchen. Can you see yourself making dinner in here? Can you see your clothes in that closet or your feet up on the table in this living room? As you will see, photos are a little different than what the house actually looks like, and that's why we do this. You buy a house by actually going there with other people. So at the end of looking at those houses, there's either going to be one that you want or there isn't. And if we didn't find the one that day, then what did we learn? Right? Did it turn out, what was it the houses? It turns out, what, I need it to be bigger, or actually smaller, or I need more yard, or less yard, or the location. Turned out, once I actually made that drive, I think that's too far. Or you may say, I'm willing to drive farther if I can get more house. Whatever it is, just let me know, and I will adjust the criteria to email you houses that fit any changes from what we learned on a tour. We will then pick a new day, and I will email you new houses, and we will repeat this step until we find the one. When we do find the one, you're on to the next step. Let's make an offer and get that house and make it yours. So click the button at New House Tracker. Let's meet and get you from questions to keys.